Mina foni musondo mashibu alamba mwana mwangu ndaterera magani agusa aba mudala ono ndanda kulomba kunomba shambi kwamba tinata mujigonji kulomba kunomba tashi kwamba tina mujilenge nchumali kuyanda kujita namba presidenti walomba nchi adanda kulomba kwamba ati nganda yaba mudala na kofini tuyule uno abamandangu ndaga umuna shonto mane ndagamba ndamba ba president ndaterera chindaga zumini na ncheje bata aba president mubabona aba bari kugitegirongwe ari mu girongwe ginene shandi kwamba tinumwabola kuno kumalira mubweze bushi a social media bata aba bali kwamba wamba MP wamba muchonto wanga wa PS kwamba ati bata bali kushoma inkamu ya UPND bata bali kushoma musololi wa UPND HH mu 2011 nitwalo lya kuma election ndagabambira batandamba atuvotere sata wamba ati sata abola obambe mugwagwa oyo bagagaga bagamba tino wawambira ati ndanda mugwagwa imenguni ime ndanda echechi That was the answer he gave me. I don't want the road, I want HH. Sunu bata nibaligo nibaligulanga injira njimwa bamba ina njimwa teriga kubamba president abamirupi nibamba bata tenda awambira bata bajiswa miaga iliyo tatwe mu miaga iliyo tatwe baza kubana yicha kunganda jindi jobiro akalansondo jinji kunganda yonse batabaza bali wamba ndanda kupona ndamana kupona kayenka muwone echechi ijo jali kupa wamba ati bamba wamba ndanda kuya kumunji ndabambira ndambane ya mukala wa mupone mwataliga gwendono mwe uli echechi mugamubone. It was like a therapy for him. And when he said that, he would smile. I remember one day him telling me, if you don't want to take me, I can walk there. I know where State House is. My father had character. Whether you want to look at him from a negative point of view or a positive point of view, he still had character. Because even a negative is a character. My father taught us values. I was his best friend. My young brothers are here. I'm sure they can't dispute that. But our friendship was based more on our divergent views than common views. That was the foundation of our friendship. At no time did I belong to the same political party as my father. At no time did my father and I belong to the same church. My father was SDA, I'm UCZ. So bana wimba tunyina muzimu botu ndanya mugaime. Because I wanted to proclaim my UCZ-ship. My father, when he wanted to say no, he would say no. He doesn't care, President, whether he's asking for something. He didn't seek favors from you, even if you are his son and he is in need. He didn't care. My father had values. Those of you who think that I'm too candid, you should have met Mr. Kabimba Senior. Yeah, because I hear people saying, oh no, one of the reasons people don't like you is because you are too frank. Well, don't blame me, blame that man there. I want to say this so that Bama Baterede. Mama ina mutinta pobaliana. Bomuzuba kwali ba bululu ba batabagaza kuza uswaya. And bantu bali ubamba timbaloshi. So ndali munganda abata and bama bali kuleta jagudia lunch hour. And my father looks at his brother, this one, and he says, uwe ina nchulo wera we omusanko mubotu we anchishi. To work for your friends. My father was enterprising. One day, he was leaving the village in the morning to go to town. And there was a meeting in the village. And somebody stopped him and said, Munaguli Kabimba, he says, I'm going to town. Atali muswangano awe ali ba headman na chwaja umuswaguza umuswangano utaitemadi ndaulanga wala madimi. And he drove off. That was Mr. Kabimba. For the years that my father owned a motor vehicle, he never paid for road tax. Whether it was 3 kwacha one of his weaknesses, if you want to call it a weakness, he was too forgiving. One day just here, my father was involved in a fist fight with one of his brothers. And we were all watching. 2 months later, that brother came back here. We didn't want to greet him. He went into the house, had lunch with my father. When he was coming out, he was wearing one of my father's shirts. So after he had left, we went and confronted him. He says, but what do you want me to do? He's my brother. And you can't change me. That was Mr. Kabimba. That is how I am, and you can't change me. That was my father. Very candid man, very loving of people, very empathetic. And he taught us those virtues. My father encouraged us not to drink. And the way he did it, he said to us, Biti mujane basalala menso mbashibugogo. Biti mujane basama shimami mbashibugogo. He has so many siblings. Only a few of them drink. The rest of us twaga awusama shigamba awusalala menso. We listened to what my father said. My father had a difficult time, Mubasa, in the last 3 years. Batabaga uma stroke, the first one. Mana alimwi, he had a second stroke, which was severe. More severe than the first one. After that, he almost became an invalid. Couldn't walk. He reached a point where he couldn't get himself even to the bathroom, and I could see the frustration in him. Well, this was a very active man. This is a man who confronted challenges. I could see that that was frustrating him. But he soldiered on. He didn't look like somebody who wants to give up. And he fought along until last Friday, when I received a phone call that he was no more. In this long journey of my father's declining health, a slightly longer life for my father. If these people had not come in, I think Mr. Kabimba would have died earlier than last Friday. Mr. President, allow me, and this is not intended to embarrass anybody, but I want to pay special tribute. I want to make mention of the names of these people. And before I came, I sat in my study room and actually prepared a list, because I didn't want to leave out anybody. And I'll read this piece of paper. Mr. President, I'm not campaigning for you, because I belong to another political party. But out of all the people that came to my father's aid during this difficult time, President, you were the first one. Now, I want to say this, that the President, every time we heard, when he was in the opposition, not even now, when he heard that my father was hospitalized, he was admitted to hospital, HH would be there to visit my father. So this is not about now. This is not about him being here because next year is election time. This is a reflection of the deep relationship that the President had with my father. And it was on that account It was on that account, in recognition of that long-standing relationship. It didn't belong to our village. My father decided to challenge that annexation. And he did it alone. I was already a lawyer, but he didn't want my legal services. He fought for this piece of land, went up to Mombo Subordinate Court, and he won the case. The court actually moved here to come and look at the physical boundaries. The man had no degree in surveying. What he had was history. And at the end of the day, the court agreed with him that indeed this piece of land belongs to our village, Shamwete, and that is the reason why, in honor of that struggle, we decided to pardon him. We had a very difficult meeting 2 days ago over that matter. 2 hours. Because my auntie, Auntie Munde, said, you can't bury my brother here. We said, finally, ma ndamurumba, mwatu terera, nchitwagamba tubana, mwagazumina wambati, bagwa nubone wa. The next person I have on the list is, and this is not a favor, is my wife. My wife had a very close relationship with Dad. I remember one day when my father refused to eat. He boycotted food the whole day. He says, I want to go back to the village. The girl in the house tried to plead with him. He refused. They came and reported to me. I went back to him. He refused. And the man was frail. He needed food. But he had made up his mind. So if you don't take me back to the village, you think I'm here because of your food, I'll not take your food. When my wife arrived around 19 hours, I reported to her. And she went into the bedroom. When she came out, she said, I'm preparing food for him. He says I should give him food. So she was the only one who could break that hunger strike. So I think so unfair that I recognize her in front of this multitude. The next one, a very special person, is my mother. The lady who was with my father, bagabaji shabata, bagakushira muisadu ni bagafa, aina banji. Bagajatan chitoine ne bama, bali kubanya munabata, bali kubali shabata. Tani bagatongera bama. Never whined to anybody, never complained. Every time I called, she said, Nebarigabotu. The next person, Wabakuna Bama Munchitoyo, Umazu Bama Manino. Bama, Ahiuda Bamundeg. Bagalonga Uzagunganda Yabo, Yawashababwa, Uzagu Karano, Ujishamuji Manini Mugwabo. Ma ndamulumba weminina bashonto bangu bonse The next person on the list, Nwawesu, President, please allow me, is a clinic officer at the clinic here. I've never met this man. His name is Jinkuli. This is Mulimushi. There's a young man there called Jinkuli. He did a fantastic job. Every time I called him, he rushed here to come and administer a drip. And my father gained a bit of energy. Mr. President, I'm not campaigning for his promotion, but if you had many Chinkulis around the country, I think our healthcare system would be better than it is. I don't know the man, I've never met him, I've never given him something, but he's just committed to his work. Even here, I've not seen him. He has not even come to introduce himself to me. The next person in this lineup is Council Chairman Managanyemba. Fantastic guy. Donald Trump would put it. My father was evacuated. Batabagaba bweza ono ambulance. Washibuyunji District. And did you say wali kujitani ngundali kubandiga nguyo gumwana kanyemba. Nanda mutumina ndamba mwana terera batawunini kumanda lamba mudala utapengi. He did that 3 times. The last one was last Friday when my father was taken to Saka. Twawulumba mwana, twawulumba musankwa, moyo oyo utererere. Now, you have seen a big crowd there of my siblings. I want to single out a few of them that always stepped forward when my father was sick. And I said, please go and do this. The first one on this list is Edson Kabimba. Edson is my young brother. His father was the elder brother to my father. Every time I say to Edson, Bashi boy, Edson dropped whatever he was doing and rushed here to come and see what was wrong with the old man. The next two are Matafuma. We call him Niki and Lumamba. These were my soldiers. I walk them anytime, be it midnight. And when I said to them, can you leave now and go to the village and pick up Dad? They yielded. They did that job. Came here at midnight, got back to Lusaka at 4 a.m. and told the old man to go. If I didn't have these guys, my father would have died earlier than last Friday. Tobarambwana ndamurumba. The other two are his grandchildren. Sanford, Maulu, Pariano. And another one, a young man who is the son of my late cousin. General Ngumapoga. We call him, we're popularly known here as Bongo. He's not here today. I'm told he's in prison for whatever he did. But that doesn't take away empathy for my father. In fact, I want to go and look for the prison in which he is and take him hungry out of there. I think he deserves empathy. So two of them. These two, Maulu, Abongo, Bubali go na munganda abata, Bubali guba bushamashigu, Bubali guba sanja. Bubali kubandiga bo. They gave him a smile. He loved them.
The next two are the Attorney General and his sister, Auntie Yvonne. Attorney General is not here. The father to the Attorney General,
Muliro Kabesha, and my grandmother, the PJ's mother, Bagacharo muntu omwi. Badujere. And Attorney General came here many times.
Came to the village to come and visit my father, pay him a visit. And the
elder sister did the same. Due to some exigencies of service, both of them are not here this afternoon. There is also a group of my cousins. Batandi bali kuyiswa kuno, jimuyindi bali kukalabenka. Bali kudyungumiga. But there was a group of my cousins that made frequent visits from Lusaka to here. And I thought I should mention them. I haven't seen them here, but I think it doesn't take away the fact that they undertook that with great pleasure and great gratitude. And the names are Mambo Mwimbu, the wife to the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security. That's my sister. The next one is Jean Mwinga. The next one is a young sister, Judy. They frequented this place.
Smile or die when you were not well. The
next group is a group of my aunties. Mama Wena Muzaga, Winston Chibwe's mother, the former Secretary General of the UPND. His mother was one of the best friends to my dad in the broader family.
The next one is the Baba ODS. The next one is Aunt Virginia. She's also married to Baba. These ladies were who? The last but not the least in this group was the Auntie Mercy, Wimbu's mother-in-law, mother to Bamba. There is one person that I wanted to
not only to mention the name, but to actually, President, bring him here and exhibit him. This is our domestic hand, the boy who works at home. His name is Nchimunya. This is the boy that was with my father for a long time when my father has become an invalid. Mwana abantu guwali wona abata munganda. Guwali kuba sancha, guwali kuba bushamashigu. Tashwa mugo wane, wali wanchito. And that is not the job that we employed him for. But the boy
sympathy for this old man. President Darumba,
forgive me for this long, boring speech, but I thought that I should say this so that the social media itabwe zibushi. Social media must get the truth. So thank you to you all for coming. My friend, that I've known for a long time, that have known my father, Emmanuel Chenda, for example. Mwangala Zalumis, when she heard about it, she called me and says, "Oh my God, Mr. Smart is gone." Because she knew my father. When you hear Honorable Masebo saying that my father and the president were good friends and that she was aware of that relationship, she's right. Because she knew my father. All these people
bear testimony to the character and the personality
of that man who is lying there this afternoon. So PS, Dalumba Mana, thank you.
Thank you very much, President Kabimba and the State Council Order of Distinguished Service. May I now call upon the parents who are going to represent the mother and father side under 1 minute. Please come to the front. Right now, please come. The one representing the father and mother, please come. Charles Marambo on the father's side.
Representing the mother. Attorney General.
Mr. Chikomeni, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. My name is Crispin Chirikwera. I'm a nephew to Mr. PJ. So I'm speaking not in my personal capacity. I'm speaking representing the learned Attorney General, Muliro Kabesha, who happens to be the brother to Mr. Phillip Kabimba. The speech I'm reading, I'm not adding anything or subtracting anything. So if there's a comma missing or there's a full stop missing, please forgive me. Okay, so the speech reads as follows. As we gather to bid farewell to the late Phillip Kabimba, known as PJ, I'm reminded of the intricate web of family ties that binds us together. Philip's mother, a daughter of the firstborn Chikomeni, in a family of 6, that is Lujere, Nankumbwa, Chiranji, Kabesha, and Mwana Musare, has a special place in our family history. And as the 5th born of this esteemed lineage, I have had the privilege of knowing Philip in a way that is both personal and profound. Today I stand before you to celebrate the life and legacy of a remarkable individual who left an indelible mark on our family and community. As a family member and a leader, PJ embodied the spirit of courage and conviction. He was a man who called a spade, and not afraid to speak the truth, unwavering in his commitment to what he believed in. His assertiveness often led to lively debates, but it was a testament to his passion for justice and his desire to see our family thrive. I recall our friendly battles over chairmanship of family meetings. If I won, he would insist on being the vice chairperson or my advisor. This wasn't about power. It was about ensuring our family was guided by wisdom and integrity. That is how PJ lived, with purpose, humility, and deep love for our family. PJ's passing leaves a void that can never be filled. We have lost a mentor, advisor, confidant, and a friend. Yet even in death, he reminds us of the importance of living a life of purpose and conviction. As Revelation 14, chapter 13, so beautifully put it, blessed are those who die in the Lord, for their good deeds follow them. To PJ, we say thank you. Thank you for being a source of inspiration, for standing firm in your convictions, and for leaving behind a legacy that will continue to guide us. Your presence will be deeply missed, but your memory will live on in our hearts. To our family and friends gathered here today, I urge you to reflect on PJ's life and emulate his courage, resilience, and commitment to what is right. Let us strive to build on the foundation he laid, and may his legacy continue to inspire us to be a better version of ourselves. To all of you, a thank you for coming to mourn with us as we put to rest PJ. May PJ's soul rest in eternal peace. May this memory be a blessing to us all. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mother's representative. Veminina Baishi, Amzenduna, under 1 minute.
Twalumba ba PS. Mwamba kutindikana ne 1 minute. Jila konjega, tajikonjegi. Twalumba, mjakutanguna, nda litola ansi. Inariangu ndimecha osmalambo. Muchief domu ya chagumbira munzulira, ndime headman cholola. Nda litola ansi, uri ba president. Mbuli mujari, oba Wynter, nda litola ansi maningi. Nda litola ansi, uri ba senior chief shakumbira. Abo bali kulela Wynter mu chief domu yabo. Tandigwe kukutira ba PS. Ononda towera protocol njimwamba ndamulumba ba PS amwebo kambo chimwajita. Nyanda kupakulumba. Abo bonse bakatugwasha munjira iyo nje bakali kugonja kugwasha kutupa uja kubwenga amali mapopwe tandayanda kuti mwambe ijina ajina batileza ulamulumbula kuli jejo ntimwakajita mwalumbwa nonse nimwakaweza lubazu olo chinyanda kwamba ichitobera muzezo aba nibali kugana na ba Wynter aba PS magani ajirongwe yaba HH wa president apa PJ tijagera bo mukofeni batwasha aja kubwenga ng'ombe jo tatwe Shimuyunji Kabimba Kamuli mwandipo olo 15 olo 20 Oh no, protocol yagaga. But I would say something. Nabalumba ba church.
That's right.
Mulumbe. Office onse ngubali kwamba ba Wynter aba PSC chige kwinda mo kwinduluka kubalumba babalumba kale. Ngari abilazo. ono chitana kukhala ndi chitebo chinthu jobilo jinyanda kuti tuchiterere tubasala nituli amba washika kukabwe ndi musala amala kukitwe ndi musala amala so onomaga naye ajitika sunu kumwana angu PJ mwana abadisha ba Jameson Kabimba ime ndi mwana amuga intu Philipo mwana amusankwa kukuti mujitonga mujisala mwana angu nimenda kanka ajumbwe ba president mwana angu uli abu jese tabijirwa minwe buzomu ndaazalirwa mu federal 1943 kuza kushika sunu shinajibwene yajitika kokuno uyo akazezona tukabandika nguyo tajina jitigire why jajitika ononda jipoja why jajitika iji jajitika bana Wynter bantu bakwe abachikuru bakwe atubakwabo ati gajula nkumba muyoba PJ waba muyoba wajula abantu abamwabona uku saimenja kujulwa change your character kincha bumi bwako obuzairire izina mbotu ndibo tubwinda buhumbi Wynter wajura ba PS ndagulumba dadi ndarikede paya gwendereja ndaguchonga gajura nkumba muyoba
Talumba Maningi, thank you very much. Thank you, senior citizen. May I now call upon the headwoman Kabimba, Bahilda Kabimba, under 1 minute. I'm Zeva Hilda. Headwoman Kabimba. Under 1 minute. I'm Shibuyunji.
Malibi chakutino batwanga balesa imechiyite jinji chawamba orano bantu ano moyo wangu uli chogere ikusoyegera mudara uyu wali kunchiti ndamurumba no sejino yindi numwaboro guno ikutaligira kuba mibesu babulongo bachifisha kumbira akuli ba president besu ibatulera abonse bamasorori bama department se andeni ndamutambula ndatambula nkamuyonse yo yajigonya kubore jino jindi ikuzangu pabumboni kubanene bangubona mugongo sunu nini yangubona mugongo ugo ijali yinkure chitwali usite nino buno buzuba jangu gajatemwa jonse chali mumo chachara tuba chayuma ono nubana balesa mumupani mbutupona atu yandani atu jatani atu gwashanyi ibana bangu bajara ndagurwaisha wamba kuti bajatani mbuli mbali jatani yonse utabi wanda nati nkambo ishona mugulungu Imechibwe kutolera wamba ndo bantu bamwami ndarumba.
Twamulumba ma. Your Excellency and Commander-in-Chief, may I now take this opportunity to ask His Royal Highness, under 3 minutes, to speak to us. Your Royal Highness, sir.
Your Excellency, publicly known as the Kabimba Hakainde District. Cabinet Ministers, those who are here, PSCs, those who are here, district chairmen, council mayors, those who are here.
Here, MPs, those who are here. I simply say, ladies and gentlemen, today we are gathered here, not in happiness, but in sorrow. PJ, that's the name he was publicly known with. He was a man who was very open in his mind, very open. He was a man who never missed his word. And he was not afraid of anything. When I became a chief, he called me. You are my son. You are a son of my brother. And today, you are anointed as a chief. But I don't want you to travel to my house. I'm coming myself. I'm your subject. For sure he came. He said, Mwanangu, open your chest, open your heart, embrace those who are fighting against you. And I took that advice. I took that word, and that's what I did. Those were wise words from an elderly man like PJ. He was a very intelligent old man. We have lost a leader. Omunoma shagumbira. Lubana shababuga. Lubana shababuga. Lubana Shibuyunji. We have lost a man. You will never have a person like Phillip Kabimba again. This is the last time. I don't know if there is anybody, I don't know. Please try to emulate how Phillip Kabimba lived. Those some of you have lived to date, like a person, Mr. Malambo, is one of the elders, those whom we know. This is your time to build up yourselves and advise our younger men, younger ladies, to be people who can be seen that they are leaders. Leadership is built by yourself. There you listen to elderly people. There you attend to issues. The way you offer yourself to the people. That's how leadership is. Leadership is not built by anybody. It's built by yourself. So some of us who had that chance to talk to him, or him to talk to us, I still say, because that is the spirit we have even today. Or no? My message is, you children of the late Phillip, this is your time to unite. This is the time not to divide yourselves. You should be seen that you are more united than you were before. The man has gone. Atiguwa maunga, bana wa maunga barashala. Kabimba himself has fallen, but he left his seat. Kabimba himself has fallen, but he has left his seat. Wynter Kabimba nkwadi nguloya. Open up your mind. You have a big load now to be put on your shoulders. If there are enemies within the family, bring them now to your corridors. They should live with you. Drink water from one cup. You should not carry that forward again now. You should change the situation. That's my advice. Nubana shababwa. Wakati ma differences Hakainde. Amwi kunshu. Bama baba zogwa ambao. Marigu batombaula. I don't want to repeat itself again. I don't want it to repeat itself again. Unite with this old lady. Batawatimba Headwoman Kabimba. Nonso nubagana Kabimba nubana shababwa numuli mujinga ijo. Ndamulumba jagumulumbisha. Amugwatane. Nonso nubana badirima
Pusene.
Ushira yindi jamureri wesu wamba tuita address maganika kwete mujamba. Ndamulumba jagumulumbira dini. Kumulumbisha maningi itane ndamba bareni butichita. Nikwari ugambwa kumeno intwa gamba kumeno. Ondoka itaji gambwa kumeno. Jambwa bogumulo. Your Excellency, we thank you so much to lead such a powerful delegation. All government officers are fully represented here. This has never happened before. You are the first president to attend a funeral of just an ordinary citizen of a place. You are the only president. And you should keep up this spirit. I know you are where you come from. You are chief advisor where you come from. Maybe this is what is driving you in your mind, but it must continue. We have heard he was your best friend. Yes, he was. And he must continue, even if he is dead. The spirit of Mr. Kabimba should continue hovering over your head, because you are close friends to each other. Nubantu bamwami gwambenga twamba dindirirawa.
Now looking at time, we thank you in the name of our good Lord Jesus Christ, who is coming again, whom we are waiting for. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness. Thank you very much.
Very much. Mr. President, it is now my rare honor and privilege to call upon the Minister of Infrastructure, Honorable Engineer Charles Lubasi Mirupi, to greet the mourners and
You, Mr. President, to address the gathering. Honorable Minister, sir. Mr. The former Vice President who is here with us, Dr.
Royal Highness Senior Chief Shakumbila, the Kabimba family led by State Council Wynter Kabimba, when you were describing the character of your father, how straightforward, maybe how difficult he was, I think we now understand the type of person you are, and we forgive you.
When the permanent secretary
excluded me from my list of cabinet colleagues who were greeting the people, there was some concern. And I heard people say, no, I think the one who has made Milupi to be excluded is Senior Chief Shakumbila, because he's afraid that Milupi will take over the chiefdom. We are not going to do that. We are very sorrowful to be here. Now, Mr. President, you have come here. We know that the person we mourn today, PJ Kabimba, was a member of your family, you and the First Lady. We know that. But we also know that he was your friend. We also know that he was your supporter, number one supporter, I called.
we are happy that you are here.
But you are head of state. I speak on behalf of your cabinet, that when you come here to mourn, your cabinet mourns with you. And because you are here as head of state as well, the whole country mourns with you. Because of that, Mr. President, it is my solemn duty to call upon you to come and address us.
Amukale Talumba Matupa Bulemu. Let me recognize Bulemu Tubupe Kuliba Mwami, Senior Chief Shakombila Mwami Talumba Tuapa Bulemu to the Kabimba family. Muwahiwa Kabimba, led by Mnajambwa. I know we all like our English names, but Mnajambwa, Kabimba, Wynter, the widows, the immediate family members, the greater family, the Kabimba greater family, Muko wa Mukando, as you have heard from those who have spoken already, Muko wa Mukando Sha. We want to recognize Vice President Neves Mumba, our cabinet colleagues that are here, including the provincial minister, also former Secretary of the Cabinet, Vambula Mutende Mwane. We want to recognize the area member of parliament, Jamba Majila, Electoral Commission Chair, Madam Zalomes, all the public sector workers, DCs that are here, Council Chairperson, Mwana Kanyemba, all of those that work for the public. And it's a difficult job to work for the public. It's not a joyride. I tell many people, bantu banji bayao tukuberekera muhulumende kwea ugosobana. Berekera hulumende tali majeje. Kuzuma. Berekera bantu in their diversity. Baligwete hobayanda hinji. And we need to be serious at all times, those of us who work for the public. Let me recognize the councillors also who are here. I'm aware that they are farmers. I'm aware that kuliba mahedmen benzuma twamubona no banji banjawa twalumba oti komuli kuhiga mulomwa na nyoko PJ. I must also indicate that maybe muguhula nkotuhulire political leaders, some have been mentioned already, but there could be other political leaders that are here. This is a democratic country. Once muntu uliwete space in our free country. Let me also recognize, specifically because of where we are, Mr. Kabimba's party, PND leadership, MMD leadership. Ningambe guti, nobody hima, nonsense. Twamulumba wati muliko kuno kuhiga mudala, our relative, our friend. Magani manji mwaterera. Nobody hima. Twambo twabandikwa, the issues that have been raised are many of which may have not been known to the public. But alirwe pamwirwa twambo tunji. Imbo. Magani manji amwirwa irirwe. So magani twaterera. Higwe guhindulula, higwe guyungiha, except a few contextual issues, if I may be allowed to say those things. Yes, Mwaterera Utimudala PJ was my friend, but most of all, before our friendship, PJ was our father. Wynter here, Munajamba, Amwinangu, they are cousins. Wynter was, as he said, Munajamba was running a different political party. Mwinangu was inangawaya kuli kunzangu imbere. Ulaya kuli mwinangu kunzangu imbere. But they remained friends and relatives. The fact that they are different political persuasions did not make them enemies. This is what many citizens of Zambia fail to understand. We compete on ideas. Tanda kuhoterwa kuti tukaleleka botu tukaberekere bantu. Noti kuti tatuyanda nija kuyayana pe. The two are different. And I want to give credit to Munajamba for maintaining that delicate relationship to many with my wife and many of his relatives kuno washababwa mbayupendi, but he maintained family ties with them irrespective of that relationship. Bamwi ngatabaliatana kuliatana mulomba uti mwana ndalomba uti mulongo wangu our father muulire nganda ya kulala. Munajamba was gracious. He was quiet for a moment. Waka umuna kwa jindiji hondo ndamba kuoya ukabuheba nyoko ukabuheba mukoti ndalomba ni nombe kuti mudala mulongo wangu muhige by way of coffin. Munajamba did not take time. Lamba ya ndagaba himuna bamuko, but I don't think there will be a problem. Maga nigatubamba HH. I'm explaining this as my colleague Munajamba was speaking. He explained a lot of things. I want to emphasize that it is a request that was made and received favorable response. As he has explained, he understood the relationship between PJ and myself. Nandakulumba kubuhibwa abantu bonsaba Munajamba and family for being gracious, for accepting that request. Not because you were not able to buy a coffin, but to respect the relationship that PJ and I had. Ndalumba no bantu ambagambira amuwambire muko. Ndaga himwina mwinangu tinjagwirirwe lamba koya no atamuyiga mulongo wako noti mwike koya mwaterera bamba twaya ingombe yotatwe ntabeyi ndaya boyo mwe obire nyamuka into nyamwinangu kulira wihi wamba mwenzuma mutale mbijitawo mendaya bo musuno omwawa bobire basune bamwinangu ngwaba yaya kulira wihi ndamba mandike ejo ajalo. This old man, as we have heard, was a very courageous man. When it was difficult to support UPND, he was there. Over years, I've come to understand money. Bagandu sha. Chalema baluganka. Chalema batama. Many years, many times we have stood for the presidency. Bamwi bagali kukulula ijogo batia. Yale mankondo. Twangwa batia baluganka. Aguhiga bogu ntolongo kabatia ata ebo balagwanga. Ngwa echecha ebo balaguwala mukati. We bakuwala onyino omulandu. Kuli ngo bagalu ukapula muntu omwe. Yembo? Mudala was courageous. He would speak for HH mulongwagwe anywhere. Even Munganda mwa Wynter. Wynter was a minister under PF government. PJ would tell his son that, Wynter, umendimuna echechi. Be still your house. But their relationship was special. Mutual understanding, mutual respect. Ndakali kutia uti bumuzu wa abantu balandana wiha mwana kamboga ndime. But because of their maturity, their freedoms, their independence of mind, that never became an issue. Once more, I want to thank Mwenzuma Wynter. Please, atumugambire mlombwana. Kambo tutotela ikigabo tulamba. Ino muntu usupporta bunti muntu unji who is competing with me. Wynter is a free soul, as you can see. But he inherited it from Uria Ulelewali. Kwa gajiyani. Uria Mudala Ulelewali. So for that, we thank PJ for creating free children, free souls, who respect different opinions. Wata gulaya nkwinga ndamba, kulaya nobana shababwa, nobana Shibuyunji, nobana shagumbira. Wuti tumulemege PJ, tutobere hiraya PJ, who stood by his principles, who believed in a fellow like me and our party. Because not Jiganda, not Timatwi Ugomenaya Magando, no. But the vision, the policies we stood for. I do believe that's what drove PJ to our friendship. It's a vision of development we stood for. And it's really a pity that Udimudala Ulelo Tabunabis Wagaboto what to hear. But at least I'm happy that Katanakwa, Mugwagwa, Lulagun Wagan Kabubamba, and Mugwagwa Uyu in memory of PJ Tula Umana in record. Minister is here of infrastructure. Minister, oyage Mugwagwa mwana yotuanda kumwana HH. Mwa wana HH ati mwa wana PJ ulele wali. Embo? Ati mugabile minister. Wajitaka bota kubola mirupigo. Amugambile alime mulozo. Amugambile. Mwabi hebo kuti mwenano mwa umangoma kuti gagwenye umu. Waliwe ugwenye hao. Mulozo. Na atawe mwami mumwange lugalo ataunko. Atalike kupera mupaleso. Gapera mupalesi. Gugo sola gwamba Hakainde no basayima to remember PJ, to remember that which he stood for years, family, development, hard work, as we have heard. Let us walk in his path. No banasha kumbila. No magwangu. Amulembye guhota. Ambweze menarasi. Mulembye guhota. Kagunyina uhala nabo mwi. So that mili more. PJ ndagali wenda tusebeze. Izumana ne weya kumbele. Tarima botu magana. Tarima botu magana. It's a responsibility of every decent citizen to perform their civic functions. Kale miyaga ya inda kunze ugu, mwagaluga hiwa maena rasi. Mwagaluga hiwa ati mwabapa bambana chechi bala hotele chechi. Sunu wina uji mugahya. Madam Zalomes, you are here. I got a report that the voter registration kits are breaking down every now and then. These people were not allowed to vote, not legally, but illegally. They were disenfranchised. They want to vote. Can we get the kids functional so that every eligible voter registers to vote. And I know they will turn out on the voting day on the 13th of August 2026 in memory of PJ. So we can continue. Mirimo PJ njagali wanda tusebeze. Na atalaalirwe indamba hinji. Na atalaalirwe indamba hinji. So, Electoral Commission, please let's get the kits that are functional so that everyone registers to vote and they will exercise their constitutional right to vote for the party they believe will deliver development. Mula mwangu mwana jambo ambauti is not campaigning for me, he runs a different party. Aibo gandi wotere mwana jambo Wynter. Mala irire mudala olele walya ngagali wuzula abuzuba mwalubuga yanya abuzuba ono mbonga waunka ngomuga yanyale mwe ugaho oba yakundi wotera ndabalomba ndabandika ndamangala gali kuli bamalwa nabagera ali bamalwa mbaba ngambo ndalombako we baga hotere bamuka Kabimba kai sa kuida lusumpuko mukapiri talo mulule we mbweke mujirenje mbotwamba mbweke ndamba uti mwami notaliwo indaliba ndawo ne ndalomona mwami mula mwangu ndalomona ulanyanga mwinangu ula mabi twalomba no basahima. You've come in big numbers. Gulira mudala wesu, our dear relative, uncle, father, cousin, friend. We're grateful that we continue doing the things we've done today. Warmth to each other. Buntu. Gulirana. Mbobuntu. I must say to you that when PJ died, I immediately changed my diary. I want to confess, immediately changed the diary. And sought to know when he would be buried. It wasn't a matter of trying to find a time, sometime, space. Immediately I found space. Because he occupies a special place in my heart. And he shall continue to do that even in death. So our friendship continues even in death. Where we can be of any help, Kubana Kabimba, mutaka tuhiyambali. If we can assist in any way, we'll be available to do that. Mwami amulelege, nobody hima. Moyo wangu gomuna ulijindijelele nkuwotundi munyonene limwimwini walo andile limwimwini walo andile limwimwini andile limwimwini walo andile. Thank you very much.